Hey guys, welcome to another video. I forgot to change. Okay. Just wait for like 1 second. Just literally like one. There we go. Hey guys, welcome to another video. Now, I know it's been a while, and you're probably thinking to yourselves, Nick, you haven't posted in 7 months. How do you expect us to just let you waltz right back into our lives and forgive you? And to answer that question, please? No, but in all seriousness, for those of you who don't know, am turning the solid 25 this year. In my old age, I don't move as quickly as I used to. I'm an old dinosaur now and I'm full of dust. I'm not the only one turning 25 this year, baby. No, no, no. The first ever album of my favorite band came out 25 years ago. And for the anniversary, they're planning a bunch of cool stuff. If you don't know who I'm talking about, Smash Mouth is the album I'm talking about. I'm talking about Foo Fighters, baby! And I've gone to their concerts before. I've bought every album that they've released since I started listening to them. And their music just really means a lot to me. So I figured what better way to celebrate both of our 25th birthdays by doing what I'm going to call, drumroll please, Happy Foo Year! Boo, boo, boo! David, I need you to come down here and validate my humor.
Happy Foo Year, everybody.
Thanks, David. That's right. So for the next couple of months, not only will I be looking at every album in the Foo Fighters' long 25-year career, but every other week I'm going to be doing a cover from the album that I talked about the week before. So it's going to be a good time. David edited this out to make me look really cool. So I figured we'd start where every good story starts, like the stories of the dinosaurs. The story of, that's it, just the dinosaurs. We're going to start at the beginning. So the year is 1995. Your boy is born. My friend Dave is also born. And Dave Grohl just got out of the band Nirvana. If you don't know, Dave Grohl is the lead singer of the Foo Fighters. He was also the drummer in Nirvana. Kind of a big deal. At the time, playing music was sort of not Dave Grohl's favorite thing in the world because it reminded him of his best friend. And understandably, anyone going through that situation would be in kind of a tough place as a professional musician. But one day, Dave took it upon himself to just get in the studio and record a bunch of songs that he had recorded on old school 8-track tape recorders while he was still playing with Nirvana. Now, the whole album is practically recorded by Dave Grohl himself, except for a guitar feature by his friend Greg Dooley. And because of that, he was creatively free to do whatever he wanted. According to Dave himself, it was a super cathartic experience for him being able to finally record all of these songs that he had written while he was still in Nirvana and while his friend Kurt Cobain was still around. And since Dave kind of wanted to keep it low-key, or he only distributed about 100 tapes of all of these songs, like once they were finally recorded, to all of his friends, family. But as what happens in the life cycle of every Fire mixtape, God, I can't believe I just said that. It started circulating around the industry, and a lot of people ended up getting their hands on it. So Dave was put in this position where, okay, I started this album under a fake pseudonym, Foo Fighters, that is all of a sudden gaining a lot of traction. What did he do? But he put a band together of all of his friends from other bands that he had played with. Pat Smear, who was a guitarist in the Germs and played with Nirvana for the last couple of years. Bassist Nate Mendel. Both Pat and Nate are still in the band to this day, which I think is pretty awesome. After 25 years and knowing someone, your relationship can get a little bit strained. Mom! And the last piece of the band was William Goldsmith. So basically, the Foo Fighters were a combination of Nirvana and Sunny Day Real Estate. And honestly, that's probably the perfect way to describe how the album sounds. Now, when it comes to actually recording the album, almost all of the songs that appear on the album were recorded by Dave himself already on that home 8-track tape recorder. So carrying that over into the studio, knowing that the songs originally were recorded on such a simple piece of technology, it kind of makes sense why the actual album sounds so gritty and low quality And on top of that, Dave Grohl only had 7 days to record 15 songs. 7 days! Not 7. That's 7. Come on. So Dave Grohl basically put himself in the worst position to be in. For most of the song's lyrics, Dave only wrote them 20 minutes before the session started. Dave Grohl even said himself that when the lyrics are written in that way, they're very spur of the moment, and they're the most revealing kind of lyrics because you don't have time to think about like the language or the rhetoric or like the wordplay. You just write stuff that you feel in the moment, and then you know, in that case, like he got into the studio 20 minutes beforehand and just laid it down. All is that to say that this album is, out of all of the albums, probably the most raw Foo Fighters album ever. It's just Dave in his feelings, and it's awesome. Now, when I heard this album for the first time, I had already listened to all of like the really famous Foo Fighters stuff. You know, like Everlong and My Hero, Times Like These. And at the time, Wasting Light had just come out too. So I wasn't super psyched to go out of my way to listen to this album from 1995. I was kind of scared when I first listened to the album because, again, I was a little baby, and the grungy, it sounds really stupid to say now, but the really edgy guitars and the grittiness and the rawness of the album just kind of scared me a little bit because I was so used to like the polish and the sheen of the newer stuff. Now, having listened to their entire discography, I can confidently say this is probably in my top 3 favorite albums, like from the Foo Fighters, maybe even like album ever. I don't know, I'm still trying to figure that out. But a lot of the songs just really resonate with me, and the actual like instrumental arrangements themselves are super dynamic and unique. And coming off the cuffs of like Nirvana's success and writing these instrumental parts while still in Nirvana, there's a lot of quiet and soft dynamic that Dave Grohl like interchanges that make the songs really interesting to listen to. Same thing with Nirvana's music. Another reason why I like the album so much is because all the songs were written by Dave, recorded by Dave, and they were recorded in the same 7-day time period. There's a consistency there that doesn't appear as much on later Foo Fighters albums. Hell, it doesn't even appear on a whole lot of albums released today. And when you have that kind of consistency, the album feels like much more of an entire package as opposed to a bunch of songs put together that were recorded over the course of like 2 years or something. And honestly, I gotta say, if this is your first time listening to the Foo Fighters or really diving into their work, the lack of polish and the grittiness might turn you off a little bit, like it did for me at first. Or it could make the experience even better. Maybe you're a grunge kid. Maybe you with the germs. I don't know. You're gonna have to that out, dude. Okay. For me, at least, it enhances the overall experience because what Dave is singing about is so raw anyway that the instrumental, the music, the fact that it matches so well with what he's singing and what he's feeling makes the whole album just seem so much more genuine to me. But I want to hear what you guys think. Go give the album a listen. I hope you guys have enjoyed this format. I'm really excited to look at the other albums in the Foo Fighters discography. Next week we're going in order, baby. So we're gonna look at the second album. It's called Color in the Shape, and color is spelled with a U. Look, you're from Britain. That was probably a really offensive British accent. I'm so sorry. Yeah, if you're watching this in real time, before 2 weeks from now, go ahead and listen to Color in the Shape. You know, you want to be on board with this, baby. I'm firing rapid fire shots every second in these videos. So I want you to be ready. I want you to do your homework and for me to stop burping so much. Also, be on the lookout for the cover that I'm going to do next week. But until then, I hope y'all have a good rest of your day. At least for me, there's like 50-degree weather outside. See you next week, guys. I'm going to go outside and roll around in the grass. Peace out, hippies. That's not great. My fan base shouldn't be the hippies. Anyway, okay.